Once in a generation, somebody like Leo comes along.
He was a visionary leader who believed, and rightfully so, that a great city cannot exist without a great university. He believed that to the very fiber of his being.
We build statues of people that we find inspiring in some way and that we want to be more like, right? And so Leo is that person. And so I don't think he's asking for a statue to be built, although that would be great.
Leo is a natural-born leader. Wherever the good Lord put him, he was the leader. And the same is true here at UMKC and in Kansas City.
His leadership style is one of patience, it's one of humility, it's one of engaging the communities in all aspects.
Leo Morton's leadership might be the best example of how to get it done in this town than anywhere else that I can imagine.
You know, it's easy for universities to be in community but not of community. And what Chancellor Morton did was not just make UMKC a center of excellence, but make it part of the community and to contribute to the global success of Kansas City.
He directs the resources of the university to support not only the students in an educational environment, but really for the whole city.
And he really achieved that dream of turning UMKC into a major urban university. And you look at the ability to do that in a relatively short period of time, I think is amazing.
If I was going to sum it up in one word, I would say servant leadership. You know what that is, you live it, you build it, you talk about it, but you actually embody it.
If you have being very bright, having a great sense of humor, and willing to work as long as anyone will, until the job gets done, you have all the ingredients of a great leader.
Leo is just a rock, committed. He's made the university stronger, and as a result, it makes Kansas City stronger.
He reminds us constantly of the kind of people that we want to be as both leaders and as fathers and husbands and friends to those around us.
He sets a vision, he motivates into action, and that's how you get the most out of the people on any given team.
Throughout his career in the private sector and as the Chancellor of UMKC, Leo has been our leader. And as a result of his leadership, Kansas City is a much better place.
I think that the impact that Leo has had, not only on UMKC, but really on this entire region, has been best embodied by the way in which he approaches every single human being he touches.
When I think of Chancellor Morton, first thing I do is I just smile. I think he just has that impact on a lot of people. He's fun, he's funny, he's a great leader, he inspires you.
The impact Leo has had for UMKC and in Kansas City is just such a great awareness about the value of UMKC.
I remember listening to a story once where Leo described his upbringing and the values that he learned in the neighborhood he grew up in the South, and that really said a lot to me about his character and what came into developing of that character. And I still remember that, and it's interesting. My wife and I, she was at the same dinner where we had that discussion. We got to listen to Leo speak. We still talk about that impact and what we heard from Leo that really changed how we look at things.
How would you describe Leo in one word?
I would describe Leo.
The one word I would use to describe Leo is
generous,
inspiring,
a friend,
relentless,
stud.
For all of the extraordinary attributes that Leo possesses, there is one that you can't miss in every interaction with him, and that is humility.
Leo's genuine.
Leo is quietly persistent.
When I won the Henry Block Humanitarian Award, I won it right after Leo Morton, who was also asked to be that night's dinner speaker. I called Leo and I said, Leo, I need to know what you talked about as the dinner speaker, what your example was, how you talked about justice, because I want to take your speech to the next step. He said, well, my speech was about growing up black in southern Alabama. Well, thanks a lot, Leo.
Understated, but overwhelming.
Gracious at all times, especially when I reminded him how our soccer team repeatedly beat them.
Leo loves his family, and he and Yvette are a 1-2 team. It's not just Leo, it's not just Yvette, it's the duo and the family. You gotta love that about the guy.
I don't think he's ever gonna retire because he's like, that's his biggest failure in life. I think this is like the 5th time he's tried to retire.
No matter how boring your point of view, Leo is interested.
I know one thing's for sure. When you go home at night, you go home to the real boss in your life.
You know, just as importantly, I want to just say, you know, Leo Morton was nobody until he met me. I made Leo Morton who he is.
Really, one of the things I most admire about Leo is that it's not about him, it's about what he's trying to accomplish.
What I love the most about you is how you have taken your humble beginnings and parlayed that into great leadership for UMKC and our city.
And Leo has always been very approachable. He's always been so down to earth that you never were afraid to approach him about any issue.
What I most admire about Leo Morton is his invitation to be a companion on the journey.
And Leo had the ability, I think, to just kind of bring everybody together, articulate a vision that people could get behind and get supportive of, and then he could carry it out. So what I've learned is the power of perseverance and the power to build coalitions to get the work done. And he is probably the best in the business that I've ever seen.
You know, there's so much to admire about Leo Morton, but what I admire most about him is Yvette.
To watch him teach and share and strategize and cogitate and culminate all of those processes into an outcome that creates some incredibly meaningful results for UMKC and for the region at large is a thing to behold.
You've made Kansas City a phenomenal place, and your leadership at UMKC has been incredibly impactful on the entire Kansas City region. Congratulations to you, and thanks for your dedicated service to our entire community.
Leo, it has been such a delight to work with you all these years. You've made a great difference in Kansas City. Thank you so much.
I am so thankful to have had Leo Morton in my life.
Leo, you're one in a million.
We're going to miss you, Leo.
Thanks, Leo, for making Kansas City a great place.
You know what? Thank you, Leo, so much. Thanks for all you do for Kansas City. Thanks for all the help you've done for me. And now with your new role, if I could send you my financials every month and have you give me a quick review, I'd really appreciate it.
Be good to yourself.
Leo, I can't say enough for your contributions. You're the best.
Leo, you're the bomb.
And we're going to miss you tremendously. Congratulations, though, on moving into the next phase of your life.
Leo, Kansas City wouldn't be who we are if it weren't for you.
You have put your handprint on the heart of Kansas City.
Congratulations. Let's go see what you do next.
Thanks, Leo.
Thank you, Leo. Your leadership has meant everything.
You're one of a kind, and we're all better for it.
Leo, ever since you've been here as the Chancellor of UNKC, and ever since I've been the mayor, you've been a good friend. You've been ready to step up at any time to offer help and suggestions. You've been ready to step up at any time to provide the expertise, quality, and research of UMKC in order to complete the city's mission. Now it's time for us to step up for you as you retire and go on to something different. And by stepping up, I simply mean that it's time for us to acknowledge the great things that you've brought, not just to UMKC, but to this city. So let me be the first and hopefully one of the loudest to say, we're going to miss you. We appreciate everything that you've done, and we want you to go ahead and continue to be successful and always, always, always know that you have a special place in this city. Thank you very much.
I think about the fact that the measure of a person is not how much they have, but who they are. And Leo could lose all of his money, all of his professional benefits and connections, and he would still be a great human being. Why? Because my friend Leo Morton has the right stuff. I think they made a movie about Leo, The Right Stuff, didn't they? Was it?
Congratulations, Leo, on the conclusion of so many successful years at the helm of UMKC. Under your outstanding leadership over the past decade, the university has flourished. With enrollment on the rise, it continues to attract more students than ever to the Kansas City area for a world-class education. You've had such an outstanding career as a business and university leader, and importantly, as a leader in the Kansas City community that I know you're deeply devoted to and invested in, particularly when it comes to the next generation of leaders. UMKC and Kansas City have been lucky to have you, And we're all looking forward to continuing to follow your career as you stay in Kansas City and achieve many more successes. Wishing you all the best. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Leo, for your years of leadership at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. The state of Missouri, Kansas City, our neighbors are all grateful for your dedication to Kansas City, to our state, to higher education. Best wishes for the next chapter in your important life.